Hello everyone, welcome to Frame Analysis, your destination for deep, unbiased storytelling breakdowns. Here we don't chase hype or hate, we explore cinema through the lens of craft, emotions, and intent. Every week I break down scenes frame by frame, the cinematography, symbolism, performances, and direction to uncover what the filmmaker really wanted to say, whether it's a blockbuster or an indie gem. Our reviews stay honest, detailed, and absolutely neutral. And today we are diving into HAQ. This is not just another movie review, it's a closer look at how truth, justice, and emotions collide on screen. We'll decode every visual cue, every line of dialogue, and every hidden layer that makes HAQ a thought provoking experience. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and let's start peeling the frames. So the story opens with Shah Bano, a woman whose eyes hold both grace and grief. She sits across from a journalist, the camera recording every flicker of her emotion as she begins to unfold the chapters of her life. Her voice trembles not from fear but from memories. She speaks of a time when love was pure and effortless, when she met Abbas, the man who swept her off her feet, and together they built a world filled with laughter, warmth, and promises that felt eternal. Life seemed perfect. Abbas adored her, cherished her. He would bring her flowers, call her his world, and one day, to prove his love, he gifted her the very house they lived in, making it legally hers. It was not just a gesture of affection, it was a declaration that she belonged, that their love was unbreakable. Time passed, their home echoed with the giggles of three children, two boys and a little girl. But as the walls filled with love, the spaces between them quietly grew. Abbas became distant, lost in the whirl of his work. Days turned into nights of silence, and then one evening he broke that silence, telling Shazia he must travel to Pakistan to resolve an ancestral land dispute. He promised, "I'll be back in 7 days." 7 days turned into 3 long months. When he finally returned, it was not alone. Besides him stood his mother, and behind their silence, a truth that shattered Shazia's world. Abbas had married another woman, a relative from Pakistan, a widow whose family they owed a debt. He said he did it out of obligation, but to Shazia, it was not duty, it was betrayal. And that was the moment the woman who once lived in love began to live in pain. Shazia, a woman who once believed her love was eternal, now finds herself standing in the ruins of her own faith. She can't find it, she can't question it. All she can do is accept. Days pass under one roof, two women share the same air, but not the same peace. Shazia tries to smile for her children, tries to hold her world together. But fate had one more truth to whisper in her ear. Abbas' second wife tells Shazia the truth, that Abbas had wanted to marry her long before he ever met Shazia. That years ago, before Shazia ever walked into his life, Abbas' heart already belonged elsewhere, but destiny took another turn. The woman was engaged and Abbas was left behind. Now, after her husband's death, Abbas crossed border not for duty but for desire. He did not marry her out of compassion, he came to Pakistan for her. And in that moment, the ground beneath Shazia's faith collapsed once again. She came back home and fought with Abbas, but nothing happened. Time passed, then came anniversary of Abbas and Shazia. She was trying to make everything normal, and she cooked sweets, went to Abbas' office. But there too Abbas misbehaved with Shazia. She was broken from inside. She took all her children and went to her parents' village. There she waited for Abbas' call to come back, but he did not even call. Shazia's mother wanted Shazia to understand the society and go back, but her father supported her. Then one day, Shazia's father received letter from Abbas that he will give 400 per month for children, which he did. But after time passed, he stopped sending money to Shazia, to which her mother sent Shazia and her father to Abbas' home to settle everything. But there also nothing happened. They started to argue. Shazia and her father came back, and her father discussed it with Muslim Law Board member to dissolve the matter, but he also said to talk to Abbas directly. Then Shazia and her father went to local session court because Abbas stopped to give 400 per month. Judge also said to contact Muslim Law Board, and when Shazia pleaded, he said that Shazia do not even have a lawyer to fight the case. Then one female lawyer who was listening to it came in front and said, I am Shazia's lawyer. And they together filed a case against Abbas but as a wife. Now, after realizing that Abbas' name is getting ruined in society, he asked Shazia and his father to come to his place and then gave triple talaq to her in front of his mother and Shazia's father, and gave 2000 rupees as a meher according to Muslim community. Now Shazia was not Abbas' wife as per Muslim law, so judge asked her to contact Muslim Law Board. And when she went to Muslim Law Board with his father, they also criticized Shazia and said she is threat to the whole Muslim community. Then they again went to the court as Muslim Law Board did not help her. Her case was accepted. But then the society took Shazia against it, as according to the society, Shazia is becoming a threat to Islam, and attacked Shazia's parents' home, where Shazia suddenly remembers that Abbas done his house in her name in the beginning of this marriage. So, for her children and her parents' safety, she went there to live, about which Abbas could not do anything as he knew that house is at her name. So she started to live there in staff quarters with her children. Then in High Court, Abbas purposely lost the case against Shazia so that he can appeal against the case in Supreme Court to make Supreme Court change all its decision which it gave in favor of Muslim women before. But after all this, Shazia came to know that her father is dead. After that, Abbas challenged High Court decision in Supreme Court. There he gave tremendous speech to judge, by which even Shazia's lawyer was also impressed. And everyone thought Abbas is going to win in Supreme Court. The Shazia's lawyer said before the verdict that Shazia wants to defend her case, to which judge agreed. And she gave tremendous speech with tears in front of judge, and the verdict came in favor of Shazia. And Abbas now has to pay monthly maintenance amount to Shazia and to his children. Then at the end, judge said she is making small girls learn Quran.